Hi, I'm Lisa with PJ Library. Let's jump in. We are starting with steps 1 and 2 of the 4-step process. We interrupt this broadcast with a public service announcement about the 4-step process. These 4 steps are an easy way to break any topic into manageable steps for integrating almost anything into your curriculum. The steps are 1, read or learn about whatever topic it is. Discuss, think about what this topic means to you. Imagine, think about how your classroom begins to reflect these things you're learning, and engage, how we involve families in all of this terrific learning. Steps 1 and 2, read and discuss. We will talk about how to read a book and look for Jewish values, and then discuss its Jewish values with children. Back to our 4-step process. Step 1, read the book yourself first. Before you get into the classroom. I know that sounds obvious, but sometimes we're very excited about reading our books. Be prepared for what your students might ask or which direction you hope to take. Let me show you how I do it. I use Post-its to highlight values and questions I can ask the children. I like the ones that are in pretty colors. Here, in the Bubby Isabella book, we see the value of welcoming guests. Comes up right on this page. Step 2, discuss. Take advantage of your colleagues' or friends' perspectives. Brainstorm. How does this value resonate with you personally and with your particular group of children? Deepen the learning for your students. Here's an example. I was recently working in San Antonio and we were learning the value of Tsa'ar Ba'alei Chaim, kindness to animals. And after we read our book, the teachers were very busy in thinking about, I can teach animal habitats or how birds build a nest, and all of that is great. But then one young man stood up and said, I have to tell you that a dog saved my life. I was really struggling with anxiety and depression, and I don't think I would be here today without my dog. That is such a powerful statement. Another woman had a rescue shelter that she ran for years. And these things wouldn't have come up if we didn't take the time to discuss them. And I'll bet you can imagine how deep the learning was after that. After all, you teach who you are. So it's important to consider your own feelings and how you model each value. It colors your classroom choices. We're reading Bubby Isabella, discussing the value of welcoming guests, Hachnasat Orchim. Ask yourself, how do you feel about or prepare for guests? Are you on edge when people visit your home? Or do you revel in unexpected guests? How about in the classroom? Do you see guests as an opportunity or an intrusion? Now consider how you will discuss the value with the children, not just the book, but the Jewish value. We put a lot of time thinking about good questions you can ask yourself and ask the children. We welcome you to use these as jump-off points. You'll notice that in our guides, we have background information on the Jewish value, the questions you might want to ask yourself, and questions you might want to ask the children. I'm going to show you how to find everything online. Go to pjlibrary.org and roll your mouse over Beyond Books at the top of the page. In the drop-down menu, choose PJ Goes to School. Click on Educator Center and you'll see choices for ECE resources, K-2 resources, and more, such as videos, pronunciation guides, and access to our social media pages. Scroll back up, click on PJ Goes to School Early Childhood Guide to find a season at a glance chart and all of our book guides in alphabetical order. Let's review what we learned in this module. We covered how to read a book to look for Jewish values, looking for words to define, and interesting questions to ask. We used Post-its as one way to keep track of your ideas. Then we spent time reflecting on the Jewish values from our own personal perspectives as a way to deepen our work with children. As you think about how you will bring Jewish books and values into the everyday life of your classroom, we hope you can see that there will be multiple benefits for you as a teacher. First and foremost, the children in your class will be growing into mensches, and your classroom will be a beautiful place to be. Here's today's action assignment. Read Bubby Isabella. Place at least 3 Post-its. One where a value comes up, one a word you might have to define, and another something you want to discuss with children later. Take a moment to consider your personal feelings about welcoming guests, particularly in the classroom. Share your thoughts with a colleague. Our second module will cover Imagine. Until next time.